Alrighty guys, we're back with our next clip, the one we just left off of. If you're following along in order, we've detailed our face really nice, accentuated the chin, cheekbones, nose. We rounded out the backside, get all the extra wood out of the way. That way we can refine it later. We jacked up the back of the collar a little bit, but that's no biggie. But what we're going to get into right now is we're going to try and carve our hand. It's got that kind of articulated pose, kind of like this, like she's grasping an orb or something in the air. It's an ominous looking pose, which is going to be a challenge. But I've done it once before with the Pennywise one that we didn't record, which is why we're going to showcase it on this. And you can see we got a jumbled mess of lines and stuff. I'm going to darken these so we don't lose them. Reason being is we just want a general idea of where and what we want to leave and what we don't want to leave. So the darkened pieces is what we want to keep. The non-dark is what we want to cut out. And I will say, doing this type of a hand is a real challenge not to break something, because the fingers want to get very delicate very quick as soon as you start removing wood from either side of them. So you want to try and make them as beefy as possible to start out with, so they retain some strength, and then you can just slowly and carefully shrink them down after that. And this thumb is going to be a bear just because of how tight the area is that it's going to be in. But if we can pull it off, it's going to look pretty neat. I think it's coming along pretty nice. Probably would have finished it by now, but I took my brother to his first haunted house the other night, so I had to stop on this. I think I might be getting a cold or something because of it. It's drizzling a little bit and really cold out, but just added to the ambiance. Love going to haunted houses this time of year. Alright, so there's that. Oh shit. We just lost a chunk of our thumb. How did that happen? Well, we'll see what I can do. I lost a little bit of my thumb. Oh shit. Alright, I think we have enough to play with fixing that thumb. We got that. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start with the pinky. It's kind of down here by itself. So come up and do like a little angled cut along what's going to be the index finger. So we have some separation there. A stupid template, this little lip of these fingers here is throwing things off. I think we need to get rid of that. See, sometimes when you're doing a concept drawing as your template, it looks good. But then when you get it on the wood and start actually having to carve stuff, you realize it doesn't quite relate, because you have to do different things on a piece of paper as you would to give dimensions and stuff than you would with an actual 3D representation like what we're doing here with the wood carving. We still got a little bit of a lip there, but that's better, in my opinion. You can really see what we're doing and what we have to work with. Now obviously the fingers aren't going to extend that far over. I just want a decent amount of wood to play with. You gotta be careful not to go too deep. Gonna get a little bit of separation, doing kind of an angled cut here. See that little hole we just opened up underneath what that finger's gonna be? We'll probably end up chopping it off right about here and bring the fingers down like that. But let's just see how it plays out first. I might bring Pennywise over here to take a peek at him just to get a better idea. Sorry, I'm sure I'm a annoying mess right now in this camera, all the noises I'm making. Only a few more days till Halloween, guys, so trying to knock this out for you since didn't really get a wood carving video per se for Halloween like I intended with that spring trap one. So trying to see the side of the hand is very thin. Trying to notch that. Looks more like a claw than a finger at the moment, but a claw is finger-like, so we can always refine it better if we just get the general shape to start with. Know what I'm saying? Alright. I have to bring it over a little bit more. Like I said, best thing to do is to make your fingers very beefy to start with. That way you get them all in the angles and poses you want before you start trying to shrink them down and get them more realistic looking. That way they retain some strength. Alright, I'm trying to split in between these two. This is where you gotta be really careful because just the force and pressure of the knife going in the wood tends to want to break parts of the wood off, unfortunately. So just go slow, minimal pressure. Make sure your knife is very sharp. Alright, so we got a little bit of separation there. So we're just going to go along. Do the same thing over here. Difference between the hand on this one and the one we did on the Pennywise clown is the Pennywise clown, the hand was away from the body, so it was a little easier to work with. Where this one is up against the body and the face slightly. We gotta be very careful we don't break our nose. I've had a pretty busy and fun October. I would say Halloween, but Halloween's not here yet. But I like to envelop myself with the holiday and the season. And it's been pretty good so far. That haunted house was really on point. I gotta give a shout out to Field of Screams. So everything's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to do a slight angled because you don't want to cut the base of the thumb off, but you want to have some separation. I mean, it's starting to get there, guys. Let's see what we're doing here. So we want the hand. So pinky's down here. We have 3 fingers almost completely straight up and down, which ain't gonna work. So we need to have them curled slightly. Just gonna change the look a little. Thumb goes up and in. So like I thought we can nip off the very edges of these. Give us more space to get down in there and create the palm and everything. Once again, be very careful. Just minimal pressure. And be mindful of the face being right there. You don't want to accidentally bump something. I smashed the nose once trying to carve the backside, and I laid it down. Smashed the nose flat. I was so mad. Come on. There we go. Now, I don't know how thin we're going to be able to get these